Hi guys, welcome back to Tsui no Sora, the remake obviously. Today we're just going to be continuing Kotomi's route and we're probably just going to be seeing more of how everything in terms of normality in her life is deteriorating thanks to not only Takuji but also just in general everything that's going on surrounding the rumours against the end of the world, and also Zakudo's suicide as well. We're probably going to see how that affects her, and just in general how maybe the grief or the guilt changes her. I don't know. It's going to be really quite exciting. There's a lot to think about what could possibly happen. So yeah, here we go. Let's get into it. Oh, actually, I was so nearly done setting up. Just need to hide my taskbar. There we are. Otherwise I can't see the full game. There we are. Wait, what the fuck? This is what Takuji would hear. What? Oh, never mind. No. I remember. I don't know. This just really reminds me of times where Takuji would hear something related to Zakudo suiciding, but his head would quite literally block out what he is hearing so that he can't, well, interpret what he's hearing, just because of the fact that it, well, I suppose it's something that doesn't go against his worldviews. He's probably really quite shocked about the fact that Zakudo suicided, so obviously the last thing he wants is anything interfering with his idea that she hasn't. And it really, really haunts him until, I suppose, he accepts it as the saviour. Oh god, here we go. Oh, that's ironic. I really do wonder if these stories in general were based on Nostradamus' prophecies, because it just really sounds like something that could be realistic. But what if it will happen at the end of July? Yep, and that's why it is so powerful. We've already read this before, so I'm just going to skim through it. Ah yes, these weirdos caring about college more than their literal lives and the destruction of the human race. You can't even make this up. These guys are unreal. Oh yeah, that's interesting. You can just tell how much these guys are enjoying it. Yeah, but I suppose when was the one for the Mayans destined? I'm just going to search it up quickly. So of December 21, 2012. Right, okay. So it wasn't in November. Right. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I think it's hilarious. Yeah. I'm just kind of confused. They are talking about the one this November, and then what do you mean? No way. Well, you know, yeah, good explanation. This conversation just has so little, well, it just flows sequentially so little. It's just as if they're talking about one prophecy and then they're talking about another one with no indication that they've changed. Is that just how illogical these people were acting? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, isn't it ironic? Seeing a Subahibi-like story and yet at the same time seeing 2012 being a really far way off. That just feels weird. Seriously? Yeah, I'm alive. I don't really think that happened.
だからね。
Oh, so that's why. It's probably because of the fact that Kotomi can only hear a select amount of whispers. That would actually explain it. I like that, yeah. Words is the mean of communication. You can put everything into words, into language, and into a form that is comprehensible by others. But at the same time, by doing so, you also strengthen the unknown, that basically everything that they are talking about pivots on, really. I like that. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally. What now? Oh, yep. Yeah, you didn't have to murder my ears, part 400. These sound effects are so loud, I swear. I'm just going to try and do it again. Let's just do this. They are so loud. Oh, Yukito, right.
Yukito.
なんだ?
なんか変な感じだね。
Oh yeah, totally.
少しざわついてる。
It's the end of the world. If it wasn't for Zakudor thinking that the world was on the brink of ruin, none of this would happen. I bet you anything.
ワクワクしてそうか?
Yeah, isn't that interesting that he says that?
そこまでは思わないんだけど。
そうだよな。
That's actually really quite interesting. Yeah, that's really quite surprising. I suppose even though it is something really, really dangerous, it's also something that you have you've not only never experienced before, but secondly, something that will change, well, it will change so much, and it will be really, really significant, and it will be such a new experience. I can imagine why you would be excited. I feel like if I was in the event of a typhoon, or if I was near a typhoon, and I had control. If I didn't have control over the situation and I had a potential risk of dying to the typhoon, yeah, I would be scared. I don't think I'd be excited whatsoever. I would just be full of stress. But I feel like if I was safe enough but was still near the typhoon and had to worry about my life being in danger less, I feel like I would be excited just to see how cool what something like that in real life would look like. Because I can't deny it probably would look amazing. Saying that, he falls silent.
どうしたの？難しい顔して。
いや、なんでもない。それよりさ、ことみ。
何？
外の空気でも吸いに行かないか?
Yeah, isn't it interesting just how much he consistently doesn't like the atmosphere of the classroom? I think it's not only because he's an outcast, but also particularly here because of the situation. It's just making an environment he doesn't like already just worse.
外の空気？
ああ。
こんな場所入って大丈夫なの？
でも気分いいだろ。
まあ、確かに景色は綺麗だけど。
風も心地いいんじゃないか?
Oh, yep, I can totally relate to that now. I don't know what I'd do without breeze, to be honest, in heat like this.
確かに。
それで、ことみは何が不安なんだ?
Yeah, it's interesting that he always really has an indication of he always has an idea of what's happening to Kotomi. Yeah, it's totally the case here.
不安？
ああ。なんか不安そうだったからここに連れてきた。あの教室じゃ落ち着かないだろ?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
確かにそうなんだけど。
よもやことみまでノストラダムスの大予言が怖いとかじゃないだろうな。
God, I feel like if you were scared of Nostradamus's prophecies and yet you were friends with somebody like Yukito at the same time, I mean, you would either be very close to falling out with him and wanting to go against everything that he believes, or maybe. No, I kind of feel like that because I feel like with Nostradamus's prophecies, somebody like Yukito, he would be able to easily reason out why these things, they're really, really open to interpretation and they don't necessarily represent what's happening now, and also some of them have been proven just simply because of coincidence or because of how easy they are to interpret, depending on just the lens you view them with, really. Yeah, I feel like Yukito and somebody accepting Nostradamus's prophecies, that would not go down well. But then again, I mean, if they are doing it because they are vulnerable, it would probably, because he'd be able to comfort them and obviously just be able to let them get an alternate perspective that they might need. It depends though. If they are really, really believing them, then I mean, he'll accept the belief. Sure, he's a nice person, but yeah, it just feels like they'd be opposites. It really does. Anyway, I'm really going on a tangent. Let's just read.
ノストラダムスか。そういえばその予言って今年の7月なんだよね。
Yeah, that's interesting.
ああ、そうだ。なんかクラスの連中も騒いでたじゃないか。
違うよ。
違う？何が？
ノストラダムスの予言はあの人たちなりの証拠の一つでしかないんだよ。
And that's the worst thing. Everything connects. Everything connects in order to prove Zakudor's suicided. The words that Zakudor was saying just before she suicided were correct. And they did have some sort of element of truth to them. That's the worst.
どういう意味だ？
ものすごくバカバカしい話なんだけどね。
Yeah.
高島さんの自殺は世界の終わりに備えてのものだったってみんな噂しているの。
世界の終わりに備えて自殺？なんだそりゃ。
1999年の7月。
Yep, here we go.
世界が終わる。
Yeah, it is really interesting how they tie. I just want to see if I can find let's see if we can find something. Oh my god, yeah, so I've actually found it. So the year, the year 1999, 7th month, will come from the sky a great king of terror. Oh my god, resurrect the great king of Anglemois or something like that. It seems French. I don't know. What is this? Oh, referring to Genghis Khan. An anagram of the old French word Mongolais, which means Mongolians. Weird. So that's just something that's particular to Nostradamus's world of writing, I suppose. But what? So resurrect that king, and before, after, Mars will reign by good luck. That's so weird. Mars. I mean, I would understand Earth because I could obviously twist that to match this, but March? March? Sorry, I meant Mars. That's a bit odd. It's just really quite unusual. I mean, it does kind of make sense when you think reigned by good luck. I mean, if you're viewing somebody like Takuji as a king, well, no, I suppose you could objectively, rather than just using your... So you could view Takuji as a king without having a lot of bias, because I suppose he is the person that rules He doesn't have to necessarily be a good king. He really doesn't. But it's interesting that it will reign by good luck. I mean, why is people being led to their suicide an indication of good luck? That's really weird.
高島さんが死ぬ直前に私に話していたのだけど。
Yeah, it's really weird that.
高島ってお前以外の人間とも喋れたのか？
私以外の誰かに話したかわからない。ただその話が広まっているみたいなんだよ。
Yeah. Oh, the underground message board, probably. It depends on whether that is something that can be seen here, though. I don't know if that exists in Tsui no Sora. I mean, it would provide a nice explanation for why this is the case.
高島さんの予言ってノストラダムスの予言と一致しているじゃない。だから実は
Yeah, totally.
本当なんじゃないかってみんなが噂してるのよ。
It is really interesting that not only Zakuro's suicide matches Nostradamus' prophecy, but also the fact that there is genuinely an event that feels like it's reminiscent of the world ending that goes on July the 20th. But I really do wonder if that could potentially be just Ayana trying to... Well, no. Then again, I mean, we don't necessarily know if Ayana is the one who controls reality. I don't know. It's really unusual, the Tsui no Sora scene. I mean, it's just interesting that... It just feels as if someone has made this happen. I mean, the someone I would think of would always be Ayana, but there's something that people predict, and they make and basically this entire story is centered around, and then it actually happens. But obviously, things like those are by, I mean, let's be honest, the introduction of the Tsui no Sora. I mean, I don't know, maybe, well, it could only be because of a being that is not of this origin, or like Ayana said, like in the city, or however you said it, city of Lovecraft.
まあ不気味だとは思うよ。クラスで目立たない少女が世界の終わりを告げ、
Seriously, yeah.
そして飛び降りる。ましてや、その前に小沢の転落死があるわけだ。普通でいられないのもわからないでも。
Totally, yeah.
それって。
特にさ、俺たち3年は不安な学年じゃないか。将来どうするかをこの1年で決めなきゃいけない。
Yeah. There's so much more stress on them, yeah.
就職のことなんて考えなくてもどうにかなったわけじゃん。
Oh, they were kids around the 1980s. That totally makes
どれだけ
sense.
いい大学に行って、どれだけ安定した会社に勤めるかで、その後の人生が決まる。
Yeah, no, that's totally reasonable, and it's just going to be more like this the more future progresses, to be honest, because...
とは言っても、この国は裕福だから、別に就職しなくても死なないし、誰しもがまあまあな生活をすることが約束されている。
That doesn't mean you can slack at school. Your life is still going to be a lot harder if you don't. Actually, to be fair, I mean, it really depends. Like, it really depends. There are so many factors that could influence whether your life is hard or not. Yeah, and how stable a company, that's quite key. I agree with that, totally.
終わらない、平凡で、平和で、退屈だが、それなりに幸福な日常。受験なんて山場があるわけだし、みんなピン。
Yeah, totally.
そんな中であんなことがあったら、一種お化け屋敷。
That's a really good analogy, actually. with the haunted house.
お化け屋敷的なお祭り感って。
いや、二人の死は不幸だと思うし、決してそれを茶化していいものではないさ。
Yeah, he really does have sense, and I totally agree.
そういうものすら今の俺たちには日頃のはけ口になったりするんだと思うよ。
So I really do wonder if all of this had happened in a less stressful time, and also if any of it had happened, well, I don't know, just maybe in a different season that wasn't close to exams, and also nothing had, well, there had been no relation to prophecies in that said season. I do wonder how the reaction of something like this would differ. Yeah.
だからさ、決していいことではないんだけど、人間なんてそんなもんだって、ある程度開き直った方がいい。
To be honest, I mean, I think a school is the worst place.
ことみまで不安になってたら、お前まで精神がやられるぞ。
I just genuinely think a school is the worst place for rumours to not only spread, but I suppose fester and, well, influence more people, just simply because of the fact that you've not only got the people who start the rumours, you've got the people who gossip a ton. I mean, female student A, B and C, those are good examples. But also, you've got to think about just the fact that you have weaker people who are not, I don't know, maybe not emotionally intelligent enough to realise that it's not the case what is going to happen, and the fact that the rumour's false. Something very tricky. Yeah.
多分さ、みんなが思う不安って、今が平和すぎて、退屈すぎて、当たり前すぎることに対してなんだと思う。
That's reasonable, yeah.
平和で退屈で当たり前なら、怖がることなんてないんじゃないの?
Yeah, but the only thing is, I think the reason they're anxious is just simply because of the fact that this is interrupting the life that they take comfort in, the one that is peaceful, boring, and ordinary.
いや、逆だよ。案外人は約束された幸せってやつに耐えられないんだと思う。それがいつか壊れるんじゃないかって不安がある。
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, but that does totally make sense. Yeah.
多分ノストラダムスの予言とか、今回の高島の件とか、そういう心情の裏返しだと思うよ。実際将来のこととかいろいろ考えたらめんどくさすぎて、いっそのこと世界が滅亡しちゃう。
Oh shit. Didn't mean to do that.
実際将来のこととかいろいろ考えたらめんどくさすぎて、いっそのこと世界が滅亡しちゃえばいいやとか思ったりするじゃん。
I love that. I mean, that is a very reasonable thing to think. And especially in exam season, I can totally see why somebody would think it then. Yeah, lucky. Well, I don't necessarily think they're being so light-hearted like Yukito is, but yeah, totally. That is how they're feeling.
ことみは目標があって頑張ってるわけじゃない。そんなやつにとっては滅亡とか迷惑なもんでしかないよ。 けど多くの人間には目標なんてなくて、ただなんとなく頑張らなきゃいけない、ちゃんと生きなきゃいけないって日々を過ごしている。その全てを清算してくれるようなことがあったら怖いけど救われたりもするんだよ。
That's actually really interesting. I suppose they don't have any reason for existence and they don't have any firm foundation that is supporting their will to live, maybe. But then again, I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a goal or some sort of drive in order to still have a meaningful existence. You don't whatsoever. It's just fully how you determine yourself. It is interesting, that.
ユキトとかもそうなの？
いや、さすがに俺はそこまで純粋じゃないよ。誰かに突然世界が終わると言われたら、単にそいつをバカな人だなって思うだけ。
Yep, I think I probably would as well, unless I had a lot of evidence to believe otherwise, which, let's be honest, 10 times out of 10 that's not going to happen.
時期が時期だし、一過性なもんだよ。あまり気にすることはないさ。
If only it was just a passing thing, holy fuck.
そっちのことだけ考えろよ。
Yeah, so I really do wonder what's going to happen when Kotomi potentially tries to use Yukito's advice, and obviously how everything's going to change. I mean, this advice is all well and good, and I think it's very good advice, and just focus, kind of like, oh, I can't remember who was saying it. Who was saying about the sky? It was either Yukito or Kotomi. No, it was Kotomi. Yeah, it was. But, yeah, I suppose she's got to really maintain just what she was thinking about doing before. I mean, it's kind of like the sky. You continue in one state eternally, and you don't make it so that anything can distract or prevent you from continuing. No, I mean, even though these rumours are hard to deal with, they can't make you prevent the flow of your life. I totally agree with Yukito. I think he's doing a very good thing by saying this. Totally, he manages to turn any uncertain situation into something that he can use in order to make these people feel better. Yeah, totally.
So, それは良かったよ。さてと、そろそろ戻ろうぜ。
本当だ、もうこんな時間だ。
Oh shit, what's the time? Oh god, is it break?
今日の練習はここまで。
Oh god, here we go. End of gym. Well, not really gym, but Kendo club.
地区大会も近くなったから、明日から強化練習期間に入るぞ。というわけで、明日から朝練、放課後は他校との対外試合だ。
Yeah, look at what Kotomi was saying. Ironically, with Yasuko. Yasuko is in the Kendo club, and look at how much not only intensity but stress something like this is going to give.
Oh,
I like that, yeah.
3年間の活動の優秀の美を、それと部活動の最後の思い出になるように頑張ってくれ。
God, these people really do have pride just in general for their school and all of the sports that they participate. I've never really seen this before. It's really interesting just to see how genuinely invested this guy seems. He seems like someone that would push you, and it really feels like with this Kendo club, if you were not somebody who would want to do anything, if you weren't giving it your best ability constantly, oh, I do not think you would get on with somebody like this. I mean, it's only natural, but still, I just feel like this person would be really quite menacing. God.
琴美先輩、お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした。あれ、なんか先輩元気ありませんね。いや、そんなでもないんだけどね。ノストラダムスの大予言的なやつですか？
Isn't it really quite funny to think about the fact that whenever Yasuko talks to Kotomi about something like this, it's just at the worst time, I think. It really, really is. Yeah, it just properly tells you how rumours have been spreading. Hmm.
人って不思議ですよね。世界が終わるのなら自殺する必要なんてないのに、なんでわざわざ高島先輩は自殺したんだろう。
How the fuck is Takuji going to change this person? I mean, she seems totally reasonable here. I'm honestly surprised about how much it seems like she has reason here.
そうだって決まったわけじゃないし。
Yeah. It's probably a good thing. That is assuming it's similar to the events in Tsubahibi, which I don't know whether it is or not.
そうですよね。理由なんてどうでもいいのかもしれませんし。それってどういうことなのかな。深い意味なんてないですよ。あ、それよりも部活始まる前に水上先輩にお会いしましたよ。そうなの？
Yeah, so this is where she was really quite scared about all of the rumours, and she was talking to Yukito, and obviously he has made it so that all of the rumours were a little bit more clear to her and just the true nature of them.
琴美先輩のクラスの様子伺いに行ったら水上先輩がいたので、ついでに世界の終わりについて質問しておきました。
I just love how something like this looks so unreal and it looks so stupid and it just looks so ridiculous to read. Oh yes, I go to somebody's class and what do I ask them about? Oh, I don't know. Not do homework with me or want to study together or something like that. No, I'm going to ask them about the fucking end of the world.
世界の終わりについて？それってやっぱりやすこちゃんも不安ってこと？どうなんでしょうね。不安ってそもそも何なのか、私にはよくわからない部分もあって。不安がわからない？それはそうと、 今まで相手程度の会話で水上先輩とちゃんと話すのは初めてだったん
Oh,
です
yeah,
が
yeah, yeah, totally.
あの人は琴美先輩にお似合いなのかもしれませんね。
Oh, God. Yeah, funny that, I mean, Yukito can literally remember the rank Yasuko's in, yet at the same time still can't remember her name. Typical.
なんで突然？琴美先輩はあの人のこと好きなのですよね。なんでそんな突然矢継ぎ早に？
Oh my god, I feel really bad for her. She's getting really quite embarrassed.
なんででしょう。先輩をからかわない。
Yeah, fair enough.
初々しいの見ているとからかいたくもなりますよね。わざとか。
Of course she is, let's be honest here.
そうですね。
Maybe.
そういえば、私が最初に琴美先輩と会ったの覚えてます？部活じゃなくて？ですよね。覚えているわけないですよね。それ以前にももしかして会っている？いいえ、会ってませんよ。それより着替え急ぎません？ずっと下着のままですよ、琴美先輩。
Oh my god, and she's not even thought about... Oh, Jesus Christ, that's really embarrassing.
ずっと露出していると害ですよ。それ言
Oh
ったら
god.
やすこちゃんだって下着姿じゃん。
Yeah.
そうですね。でもまあ私の
Jesus Christ.
琴美先輩より価値がありませんからね。
Right, this is just a bit creepy. I mean, why would you tell somebody this?
何言ってるんだよ。やすこちゃん可愛いんだから価値ありまくりだよ。お世辞でも嬉しいです。お世辞じゃないんですけど。はいはい。自分よりはるかに美人先輩に言われて、私は大変光栄です。
God damn.
なんだそりゃ。その可愛い体をくすぐるぞ。くすぐり？やっぱり先輩可愛いな。なんですか。少しバカにしてませんか？
Oh god. Oh my god, no, I can kind of see it.
そこはおかすぞですよ、普通。
What?
おかす？そうですよ。可愛い女の子にはとりあえずおかすぞですよ。いやいや、そんなこと言わないでしょ。そうですか？私は言えますよ。世界が終わるなら、私はその前に琴美先輩を。
Jesus Christ. Wait, hang on a second. Is this meaning what I'm thinking it is meaning? Let me just check. Because I've never actually heard this slang before. Oh god. To do exactly what one wants to do or with. Especially to have sex. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this line is going to not age. It's not going to age very well. If anything, it's going to age the opposite of well. It's going to age more abysmally than anything I've ever seen in this visual novel, I feel. God, and this is the weirdest thing. Even when she was totally deluded, and obviously has been put under Takuji's spell, she still had this personality trait, the one that wanted to fuck Kotomi. It's a bit odd, that. And maybe the jealousy of, I don't know, maybe her liking Kotomi yet at the same time not being able to be with her because of Yukito, maybe that increased, and maybe that could have been, I don't know, like a catalyst for everything that Takuji has done to take effect in her. I don't know. Yes, you're totally normal, my god. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, that changed. Oh god. Ah yes, we don't want the end of the world to happen because Yasuko wants to fuck Kotomi and that will drive her. Right. I love that. She just leaves when it gets embarrassing. Oh god, Kimika's gonna get annoyed now. It just feels like that's Kimika's job. She's just the protagonist that gets annoyed at people for not changing quickly. Oh, I see why the jealousy is here now. God. Oh god, you've said something bad. Nozaki, oh. Oh my god, that's interesting. So, Nozaki Kimika, is that her name? God, that's hilarious instead of Tachibana. Oh god. Yeah, she's actually quite nice. Yeah, she doesn't make it so that Kimika completely misses out. She still lets her have a chance. Yeah, no. I suppose everything with Kotomi is she's strong. She's able to read the mood. She's kind, and she, let's be honest, is probably more liked than somebody like Kimika. I mean, I feel bad for saying this to Kimika, but yeah, I can see why. Kimika would probably, I mean, if they work together well, maybe her ability to take charge could actually be beneficial. I see what Yasuko's saying.
何も言えないわね。
Interesting.
私は
I
2人
can't
の先輩は
argue.
最高だと思いますよ。バランス取れてて。ありがとう。そういうことで私は先に上がるけど、戸締まりとかしっかりしておいてね。ちゃんとやっておくよ。抜かりなくだよ。そんなこと抜かったらダメだろ。
Yeah, seriously.
どうなるかと思ったよ。やすこちゃん何言い出すんだかって言葉止まっちゃったよ。まあ事実といえば事実じゃないですか。野崎君香先輩にはああいう言い方が一番だと思いますよ。そういうもんか。
Yeah, fair
先
enough.
輩はあんまギスギスしたの得意じゃなさそうですもんね。ああいう切り抜け方とかできなさそう。その通りだと思う。
No, I don't blame her. She's a really, really soft person. Fragile as well. Very... I feel like she's very sensitive in terms of her personality.
まああの人の言うこともわからなくもないけど。まあね、あんまり私が部長っていうのもね。部長は琴美先輩しかいませんよ。多分野崎先輩以外は全員そう思ってますもの。そうかな。実際投票でそんな結果だったじゃないですか。
Yeah, it's a fair vote.
琴美
She
先輩
deserves to be
に
leader.
気持ちですよ。やすこちゃんは？私のは野崎先輩とは違いますけどね。そんなことよりもまた無駄話してると遅くなりますよ。そろそろ帰りましょうよ。
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, Yasuko's envious with reason. Obviously, she's envious because she admires Blimmin' Kotomi to a certain extent. Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I mean, Kimika, she's very, very passionate about what she does, but she's envious because she's more of an irritating person, let's be honest here. Right, okay, so, yeah, I was a bit too tired to read anything else, so now I've woken up and we are in DGN hour territory now, so yeah, I'm gonna have to talk a bit quieter now, but yeah, let's just give a little bit of a reread before we advance. Let's just reread it. That's actually really interesting that she says this. It's very unusual. I mean, you just ask whether you're worried about something, and then you say you don't really understand what worry truly is and what it feels like to be worried, so she doesn't fully know whether she has anxiety related to the fact that the world could potentially be ending or not. That's actually a really unusual response, but yeah. I find it really quite interesting to think about the fact that Yasuko only mentions about the fact that Kotomi likes Yukito whenever she mentions him. I think it's just a bit unusual that, I mean, I'm just really surprised because she always gave me the impression of somebody who was very jealous in the last chapter. So just seeing her actively encourage the relationship like this, it's really surprising, honestly. Not really something I thought I'd expect. Yeah, I suppose that could help. The fact that she's innocent and she just wants to tease her. It's such a random place to ask this question. Yeah, I just find it really interesting that Yasuko, she constantly feels that she herself is inferior to others, and it just feels like half of their relationship is just Yasuko praising Kotomi because she thinks he's amazing, and she's just one of those people that thinks somebody is better than them in every single department ever. Oh god. Yeah, she really doesn't have any sense of self-worth, really. She just clings to other people. Yeah, this is interesting. I like that little line there. Oh god. Yeah, she really is reckless, seriously. Yeah, isn't it wrong that this actually happens as well? That does kind of make sense. Yeah, it is interesting that I get the impression that Kimika is somebody who is very, very. I mean, obviously she works hard, but the only thing is she stresses constantly about what she needs to do, and she's never relaxed about it. And yeah, I can totally see why she envies Kotomi. suppose she's saying that she's not great at social cues, so I suppose... Why would you not being good at social cues make it so that you were more laid back? I would have thought it would be the opposite. I'm quite surprised. Yeah, but then again, I suppose that's just something she believes. It's not the most true, I think. But then again, I mean, you could still be liked by everybody and you could still talk to quite a few people and yet not really understand social cues. It's more than possible. She's never really given me the impression of somebody who's shy. I mean, I get the impression that she's somebody who's confident, but obviously she's just really, really soft. God, you've said a bad thing, Yasuko. I mean, if these people got on together, and Kimika could take charge, so she'd probably be less jealous as a result. Sure. Yeah, I think they could do well. Yeah. That's really impressive. A bit scatterbrained. Yeah, I totally saw what Yasuko's saying. I mean, she's alright if you don't annoy her. Yeah, keywords. If you do not annoy her, so don't annoy her, and I just suppose be as kind as possible to her, really. She feels like Kagami, but just a little bit more realistic in terms of how she gets angry. No, I don't blame her. Not everybody is. I suppose Yasuko's good at handling them just because she has a power to just be level-headed in them and obviously talk in a level-headed way. I mean, she still is objectively the head. Well, not really the head, but the captain. And they used the words president, didn't they? Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, so they actually say the head of the club. Right, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose Nozaki, she feels envy just in the fact that jealousy is present, whereas, yeah, they're opposite sides of the same coin, whereas Yasuko feels envy as a result of admiration. Yukito is waiting for me in front of the gate. This is going to be interesting, is this... I hope this is going to be new dialogue, but I don't think so. Yeah, it should be, yeah. But then again, I mean, Yukito can do a lot of things to pass the time.
けどどうしたのユキト。なんか上の空だけど。
That's all.
なあ、少し考え事をしてた。ぼーっとしてるんじゃなくて考え事してんだよ。横山やす子っているよな。
うん、剣道部の後輩だね。
どんなやつだ？
Wait, hang on a second. So,
なんでそんなこと聞くの？
ooh,
いや、あと6日間で世界が終わるかどうか聞かれて。
yeah, yeah, yeah.
そういえばそんな話やすこちゃんしてた。
Yeah, no, totally. But the only thing is, ironically, everything has been able to have been calmed down. And I do find it interesting when we're thinking about this. Yasuko did generally believe, and it just felt as if she generally was considering the fact that something like the end of the world could be a possibility. I mean, obviously she's had a denial of the belief thanks to Kotomi and obviously Yukito, but yeah. I remember when it was just when she was saying I will habitat you to Kotomi, that was just particularly saying if the world ends, just considering that's a possibility. I feel like she's always got it in her just to be able to be led by something very convincing. I mean, she's the perfect target for Takuji, let's be honest.
部活出てたんだろ？どうだった？
普通だったかな。でも着替えの時の雰囲気がいつもと違ったけど。
Interesting.
いつもと違う？
なんか彼女らしくなかった。
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
不安定だな。まだ世界の終わりが気になるのか？
Yeah, totally.
さ、ユキト。
なんだ？
世界は終わらないんだよね。
当たり前だ。
当たり前だよね。そんな当たり前がなんでみんな信じられなくなっていくんだろう。
Yeah, no, I really like that question, but it's because of rumours and, I mean, the next day it will be because of Takuji, and maybe a rumour like this would have died out, but Takuji is ensuring that it won't ever die out, and let's just say its effect on the school will be absolutely permanent. Yeah, that's interesting.
明日は朝練があるんだ。だからさ、明日迎えに来れないんだよ。遅刻しちゃダメだから。
I wonder if Kotomi is ever going to see Takuji. I can't come and wake you up. I wonder if we're ever going to get Kotomi's thoughts on just how horrible Yukito is at waking up on time. I mean, this guy doesn't even go to bed late. Sorry, he doesn't even do DGen hours like I'm doing at the moment. I mean, come on. How do you... I just don't get how you are so bad at getting up. I mean, this is me. I get up at very odd times, so I'm actually quite good at keeping when I want to wake up or not set in my head, really.
ああ、わかってるよ。
本当にわかってるのかな。
お前が来ないからゆっくり寝れるってことだろ。
I love how honest he is.
違う。ちゃんと起きるんだぞ。
冗談だよ。
あんたわかってるのかな。
わかってるよ。
Sure.
そう。ならよろしいでしょう。じゃあね。あの日から一日一日が重い。
That's actually really interesting when Kotomi says that, and she just feels as if the more everything progresses, not only is it the case that the more it's harder for people to stop having their faith in what is true and believe in the end of the world, and obviously spread the rumours and be uncertain. And also, I suppose, every atmosphere is just becoming more and more awkward to be in. So she's just finding everything a lot harder as a result. I don't blame her. And it's hard. It really isn't just the fact that, I suppose, it's as if the more you go into each day, the more difficult it is. The more you have to, the more you have to carry a weight. It's an interesting analogy. Yeah, seriously, this is the power of a rumour. I mean, this is before Takuji comes as well. It really is quite something. Oh, so... yeah. Right, here we go. This is where genuine hell starts. Oh my god. Oh, so if everything... so just picture everything going as worst as it possibly could. And then imagine it going 10 times worse. That's what today is going to develop. Oh god, this is going to be a very unpleasant day. I'm excited for it though. I am excited. You're fucking kidding me. Is this... wait, you're telling me that she's changed so quickly?
Yasuko-chan, どうしたの?
That's fucking dodgy.
あ、琴美先輩、なんでもないです。ただ遅刻しちゃって。
Really? But why are you... well, as it says, standing in the middle of the room. That's really odd. Yeah.
そうですね。寝坊かも。どうしたの？なんかいつもより元気ないけど。
If only it was the case that she was a bit depressed about having missed club because of as a result of her oversleeping. If only that was the case. It won't be the case, let's be honest here. That would be just too simple, I think.
どうなんでしょうね。琴美先輩は水上先輩のこと愛してますか?
What a weird thing to ask.
やぶから棒だよ。だいたいなんか最近そればっかり。
She has been, seriously.
最近ですか。まあそうですよね。でも気になるんですよね。人が人を愛するってどんなことなんだろう。どうしたの？あ、好きな人ができたの？
Yeah, you.
どうなんでしょうね。ただ私は奪われることと奪うことしかわからないで生きてきたから。
To be honest, I can kind of see that with relationships. I mean, you can either take you can take an opportunity to have a relationship from somebody else who also wants to do it, or then again, I mean, I don't really. Oh yeah, now I get it. Oh god. Wait, so is this kind of saying be taken from means somebody, I suppose, taking you and making it so that they can be in a relationship with you, and then taking yourself, well, making it so that the other person is in a relationship as you. How would you take if they are in another relationship? Well, if they are potentially going to go into a relationship with Yukito, which, let's be honest, Yukito has so much more strong of a connection to Kotomi than Yasuko does. Let's be honest here. I don't really see these people ever falling in love, if I'm going to be honest, but who knows? Maybe there's some sort of alternative ending where they do.
この琴美先輩にはあまり知ってほしくないことですね。けど避けられないのならいっそというのはありますよね。
Oh, is she actually going to say what she's thinking?
どういうことかな。さあ、とりあえず地区予選頑張ってください。でもそれはやすこちゃんもだよ。私は私で頑張りますよ。はい。やすこちゃん？
That's so weird. Oh, yeah. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever. That was really weird. I was not expecting that whatsoever. But, I mean, I'm just really quite confused. I do find it funny. I've noticed this beforehand. Her saying good luck in the regional preliminaries when she wants to distract an issue. Yeah, I love that she's just kind of thinking out loud, and then she doesn't even answer Kotomi's question. It is interesting that she's becoming increasingly more strange. Yeah, this is interesting. But, yeah, I just find it really unusual that she not only misses practice, but, well, she comes late and tells Kotomi all of this. But, yeah, what I find really interesting about all of this is just the fact that, I feel like Yasuko is definitely developing feelings for Kotomi. I mean, I think it's obvious now. I really do, and it's just interesting that her constant insisting of the fact that Kotomi's better than her and that she's not really that impressive, and also the fact that she's inferior in every aspect. I mean, it really can be seen in, I suppose, a place like this, just when you realise how much Yasuko wants to have a relationship with Kotomi. Right, here we go. Oh god, this is where things go from bad to worse. Oh god, here we go. Right, so we're going into poison. This really is a poisonous environment, can I just mention?
ただそんな力を持っているやつがうろうろしているのかなって。
What? Oh god. Yeah, no. That's the hilarious thing about Takuji. I mean, out of everybody that could be delivering a speech, who would have thought that the most shy and probably traumatized kid there would? Yeah.
君たちにも分かる言葉で話してやろう。
Now, I just want to give myself a reminder of everything that goes on in Takuji's speech. So, episode 3. Hello, welcome back. Yeah, so we're not only going to see, out of everybody, Kotomi arguing, and, well, wait, hang on a second. Yeah, god, so we're going to see Takuji be properly rude to Kotomi. Yeah, this is going to be rough, it really will be. I feel bad for Kotomi. I really do. She doesn't deserve any of this, but Yeah. It will happen nonetheless.
終わりは始まり。終わるのは不完全な現実世界であって、その時から完全な世界が開闢する。
世界が終わっても
次には完全な世界が始まるのか？
君たちにはわからないだろうけど、始まりはない。
ならなんだよ。世界は終わって無になるのかよ。
But then again, is he saying that nothing is the world of beauty that this world has never been able to replicate? Is that?
無にはならない。
Oh.
なんでだよ。何も始まらないのなら無じゃないか。
違うな。20日に世界が終わる。これは良しとしよう。問題はその後だ。世界が終わった後だ。完全な世界は君たちに開かれているだろうか。君たちはこの古い世界と滅びるのだろうか。
I just find it so ironic here that the perfect world is referring to a world in which death has occurred. The old world is going to perish and there's this new, ridiculous, well, place that doesn't even exist called the perfect world. Yeah, sure thing. It's totally possible for something like that to happen.
ちょっと待ってよ、間宮君。何言ってんのよ。
なんだ。確か若月くんだったかな。
あのね、間宮君、変なこと言わないで。
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
みんな不安があるでしょ?
Yeah, but then again, do you really think somebody like him cares? God, she really, really does have nerve to try and stand up for the class here. Well, if she's a kind person, of course she'll say something if she doesn't believe something's right.
不安?
Yeah.
何を言ってるのかな、君は。
だからね、みんな変な噂に怯えてるの、怖がってるの。間宮君の言いたいことはあまり理解はできないけど、とりあえずでいいからみんなを不安にさせることを言わないでくれるかな。
仏教における法華七湯に三者家宅というものがある。火事で燃え盛る宮殿で気がつかずに遊び続ける子供を
Oh, yeah, 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 I see that.
どう助けるの？
危険を叫ぶだけではダメだ。子供たちの耳には届かない。
Oh, that's interesting.
宮殿の外に子供たちが喜ぶ羊の車と鹿の車と牛車の三車を門の外に用意する。すると子供たちは一目散に炎に包まれる宮殿から出てきた。出てきた子供たちに
I like
さ
that.
らに大白五車が与えられる。
Yeah, no, I totally see that. So I suppose the moral of this story is you can't manipulate somebody by just using words. You have to promise them something. You've got to promise them a reward, and you've got to promise them something that will make their life better than, and I suppose something that will make them feel regret if they don't give in to what you were trying to say. Interesting.
この方便が意味することはわかるかな。
仏教のことはわからないけど。
It doesn't matter. I don't either.
滅びゆく世界。 自国の豪華に燃やされる世界から人々を救うには恐怖だけではダメだということだよ。だから私は終わりからその先、素晴らしき大白五社のごときものを人々に与えようと言っている。にもかかわらず燃え盛る宮殿で子供が怖がるからという理由で何も言わないでただ何もしないさせないのは人殺しと同じだよ。
Yeah, I see that. I just find it really interesting that these people have such creative means of justifying their case. And it's interesting that ironically here it was the case that these people did genuinely feel as if they were going to, well, the father did genuinely feel these kids were going to die because they were in a burning house and they didn't know about it. And Takuji, I mean, it is always hard to tell whether Takuji genuinely thinks the world is going to end or not. I mean, maybe he could just be preaching stuff that he doesn't even believe himself. I do wonder if people do that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some do. Well, to be fair, I suppose maybe it could be good money doing stuff like that. So fear is not enough. You need to have a desire, and you need to take advantage of that emotion as well. I find it really interesting to think about the fact that fear is something that Takuji can easily manipulate, because what he does is he makes it so that everybody feeling fear has, just in general, a lack of connection and humanity in the world. I mean, he quite literally strips people of their humanity. But I suppose something like that is just a result of fear, and that is a result of them trying to get to, I suppose, if you like, the wonderful everyday that Takuji has promised here. If anything, I mean, I think you're a little bit worse than a murderer. I mean, if somebody's going to die, at least make it so that they don't realise they're going to die. I mean, I feel like if you're fearful, if somebody's given you fear in a situation in which you were totally powerless in, I mean, I just feel like that's worse than just simply leaving them there, because obviously they're going to be very, very scared, and it will be very hard for them to comprehend it emotionally, the fact that they are going to die. Sometimes not knowing you're going to die is better than knowing. I think this would be one of the situations where that's the case. But then again, I mean, what Takuji is trying to say, because nobody knows this so far, If fear is the way in which people are going to be led, what are the actions that are going to follow? I wonder. Oh god. Like, what is he going to make people do? How is he going to be the goat or the ox or the oh fuck, what was the other animal? Goat, ox and deer, right. Okay. What are the substitutes for those going to be in this story, you may ask? I like this analogy, I think it's well written.
宮殿で焼け死ぬのはお前一人でいいだろ。なぜ他の者も道連れにしようとする。無知ゆえにお前は他の人間の命も無意に散らすのか。
That's actually really interesting that he is doing probably one of the most awful things he could, and he is attributing Kotomi to a murderer. God damn. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Oh god, it was a metaphorical analogy. I don't really know if... Oh god, Takuji's probably going to bully her as a result. Correct teaching. Oh my fucking god. That's so rude. Yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, you clearly are smart if you're one of the people who believe that the world is not going to end, and one of the people that they have a conviction and they have a belief, and they will not let anything change said belief. Well, you don't understand what you're doing then. You're such an asshole. Even the slightest thing I say, oh god. Jesus Christ. It must be horrible having somebody like this talk to you, fucking hell. God, she really is sticking up for herself. Ah, yes, because you're so superior. Yeah, totally. I think that's hilarious. This is a side that I never would have thought I could see with Kotomi, but then again, I mean, she is... Oh, I mean, she said that she wasn't really the best at reading social cues, and she's reserved, she's very soft, she's... I wouldn't necessarily call her shy, but she's just a quiet and really, really relaxed person. So when you see stuff like this, I mean, it really, really contrasts what you thought you knew about her, and it's actually really impressive to see. She's doing everything she can for the right causes. God, I mean, this especially.
ってるんじゃありませぬ。
Yeah, ironic. Takuji
みんな不安なんだから。
says the guy that has
そんなこと言
Hiruru
わない
as
でくださいって話だよ。
another personality. Well, not really another personality, but I mean, I suppose delusion. I've seen people refer to it as an archetype as well. Yeah, seriously.
適当なことではない。真実だ。
He really does feel like a religious leader. I think that's so funny.
ちょっと待て。二人ともとりあえず落ち着け。
Oh, Yukito being here, that's really good. I feel like Yukito's definitely going to be able to potentially save the situation before anything goes wrong.
ゆきと。
何やってるんだよ、こんな朝っぱらから大声出して。
Seriously.
水上くんか。僕は君を高く評価して。
Dude, you're fucking unbelievable. He can do what he
そんなバ
wants.
カ女と付き合ってるとろくなことはない。バカは伝染するから付き合いを断つべきだ。
Jesus Christ.
今なんて言ったかな。
God. Yeah, I don't blame her for properly getting mad. Yeah. I mean, she was trying to reason with Takuji before, but that's like saying, hi, brick wall, let's have a logical discussion together. Like, it's not going to happen.
いや、琴美とは付き合ってるわけじゃないのだが、粗暴だし。
否定するのそこか。そこじゃないよね。
いや、とりあえず落ち着けってばさ。
God. Yeah.
落ち着いています。というか今の発言。
ああ、だったら琴美とは付き合ってる。それでいいんだな。
いや、お付き合いとかの話じゃなくて。そうなの？付き合っていると思ってた。そんなことないって。ねえ、ゆきとと私はそんなんじゃなくて、単に幼馴染なんだけどですね、実際のところを申しますと。
付き合ってねえよ。当たり前だろ。あるわけねえよ。とりあえず場を和ませた
Yeah,
だけだ。
yeah. They don't necessarily have to be dating. If anything, why is it somebody like Takuji's business what she does with her free time? Fucking
お
hell.
前どこから音出しているんだよ。とりあえず落ち着けって。
I feel really bad for Yukito because he's trying to say stuff that would just lighten the mood. Yeah, he literally says himself he's trying to lighten the mood. Yeah. Although, to be honest, I sense a contradiction. Yeah. This is horrible for Kotomi because, I mean, she obviously has feelings for Yukito rather than Yasuko, and yeah, the worst thing is situations like these, she's not only stressed because of the fact that Takuji's being horrible to her, but also because Yukito is kind of denying that he has the same feelings for Kotomi that she does for him. My god. I mean, you can just tell how pissed off she is. Let's be honest, somebody like Kotomi, she's usually self-contained. So just hearing her outburst like this, I mean, my god, it really is quite something.
僕は落ち着いてるよ。そのバイタが騒ぎ立てているだけだ。
バイタって。君は言っていいことと悪いことがあって、貴様が言ったのはダメなやつだ。
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, just leave. Like, seriously, just leave. This is such an unhealthy environment, and this person is just, he is nothing short of poison. Just you would better yourself getting out of there, to be honest. I really think that. Oh, well, never mind. Well, who fucking cares about the fact that the teacher's there? You can still leave.
ほら、何やってるんだ。みんな座れ。授業を始めるぞ。
先生。
なぜ若月は立っている？授業だぞ、座れ。
はい。
中身もさ、サボるのはいいけど、授業の邪魔するなよ。
God damn. It really just feels like if you want to try, good for you. If you don't, it's on you. And obviously, I suppose it's your fault if you don't want to do well in school and you don't want to try. I feel like that's kind of the attitude that these people were taking.
Hi.
Yeah, no, totally. Oh, I see. I'm surprised that she can hear something like that. Yeah, I see that. I mean, what even is the point of saying something like this to Yukito? He's literally sitting... Wait. Yeah. Wait, never mind. No. It must be really quite unpleasant. He must be very excited to get out of a place like that. Oh, I see. I'm surprised. Yeah, I see that. Oh my god, this looks so weird. Oh, fuck.
アウグスティヌスの哲学的施策は西方教会にとどまらず西洋思想全体に及んでいてだな。
Oh god. You're talking about philosophy and yet Takuji is in the room. That's not a very good mix.
Sensei.
あ、なんだお前。なんで立っている？
ずっと立ってましたよ。名前もお忘れですか？
名前その席は主席ああ、間宮か。
Oh! Yep. You remembered? Impressive.
やはり先生も低俗な人なのですね。
Yeah. That is a really good way of describing it. I mean, he has transformed totally. I mean, like, he probably will say Zakuro has been the reason that he is reborn. Yeah, exactly, yeah. He does not know what he's dealing with.
なんか言ったか、マミヤ。そもそもなんでまだ立っているんだ？今授業中だぞ。
授業？はっ、世界が終わるというのに授業ですか？先生。
Oh my god, that detest in just how he addresses the teacher. That's hilarious. This guy really sounds like Tomo-sane's voice actor, the teacher. Mamiya Takuji.
なんて悠長な。日常バイアスとは恐ろしいものですね。ここまで人は鈍感になれるとは。
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I see that. He is the star of the show, really, and he is the centre. He influences everything in this plot, let's be honest here.
Mamiya, お前何言ってるんだ？世界の終わりだと。
何をですか？
Dude, he doesn't even have any context.
やはり真実が見えないのですね。
Seems like something that would be said in Umineko.
最近妙な噂が立っていて俺も迷惑しているんだ。くだらないこと言ってないで座れ、マミヤ。
くだらない。どちらがくだらないことを言ってると思っているのか。
なんだと？お前な、お前みたいなやつが教師に逆らってどうなるか分かってるのか？
Oh, he's getting properly angry. It's hilarious. Yeah, he is.
低俗すぎて嬉しくなります。あなたのように包み隠さず、生徒に序列をつけるやり方、嫌いではありませんよ。
He can't say he dislikes it. That's hilarious. But also, what I'm just trying to say, I really do wonder if Takuji has had those same thoughts about what he would do if he is a prime minister here.
序列なんてつけてないぞ。傷ってならんな、マミヤ。
It must be very unpleasant for a lot of these people. I mean, especially because in, I suppose, Japanese schools, people actually respect teachers. Just seeing them not only be so challenged, but also having difficulty, it must be really quite unpleasant. And it really must not help after everything that's gone on with Takuji as well. And obviously when the teacher gets hit, I mean, God, that's just going to be the worst thing that could have happened. It really will.
いやいや、いいんですよ。スクールカーストにおいて、底辺は相手に値せず、カースト上位にこびれば クラスは円滑に回る。非常に合理的だ。
だからお前少し黙れ。
I can kind of relate to this in a bit. To a certain extent, but not fully.
さすが世界史の教師だ。歴史なんて勝者が殴り書きしたざれ言に過ぎないのに。
Ah, yes. He's probably just saying the true way of a history teacher speaking is being unable to formulate a logical argument against what Takuji is saying.
さらに言えば人間より高次元な存在。例えば神や悪魔と呼ばれるものが5秒前に作り出しただけなのかもしれないのに。
I find it very unusual that he has ideas that Ayana has thought of as well. Oh god, somebody's trying to hold his anger in.
どちらにしろ歴史など作り話でしかない。過去など現在に存在しない。空想と変わらない存在だ。
It is interesting that he thinks that.
マミヤ、少し外に出るか。
Oh god.
ましてや世界が終わるというのにまだそんな。
I mean, there is no helping this person, let's be honest.
真実から目を背けようとしているのですか。
いい加減にしろマミヤ。とりあえず俺と来い。
God.
あなたと
Looks like they're not learning philosophy related stuff today.
どこに。
Yeah, I don't blame him whatsoever. I mean, at least it's good that we know the teachers are sane. Not like a certain teacher. Well, then again, Kyokawa's she only becomes insane because of fear. Like a lot of these people, really, they lose themselves at the face of fear.
歴史が作り話なわけがないだろう。それにその世界の終わりというのは何だ。最近生徒たちが怯えている。
Yeah, totally.
お前がその噂を立てていたのか。
He's not the person who has fully spread them, though. If anything, it's kind of like he's somebody who's, well, I don't know, let's say he's a social media creator. There's a trending topic, and then he hops on the bandwagon, and then he becomes the top. He becomes the, well, I suppose, the top of the tree. That was the phrase I was looking for.
噂？何を言ってるのですか。僕は真実を話しているのです。
真実だと？
あなたは弱い人間だ。小さい人間だ。だから大いなる存在の僕を見ることができない。小さなアリは像を認識することができない。小さなアリにとって象は大地のような存在だ。同じようにあなたのような小さきものに僕など見ることができるわけもない。
I find it really quite interesting that he says that perceiving somebody is, in a way, I mean, surely just by looking at Takuji, you are somebody who perceives another person. But then again, I mean, I suppose Takuji's thinking to perceive somebody is rather not to see them and to know that their presence is there, but to understand them. Oh god, thinking his arm is frail was a big mistake. Yeah, if we assume that these events are the same as Tsubahibi's, maybe they aren't.
理屈で勝てないから暴力で来るのですか？
マミヤ
God, I feel really bad for this teacher. I mean, not only is he getting the most unpleasant treatment from Takuji, but he's genuinely terrified of him. Yeah, God, that must be really quite bad. I mean, you know a situation is awful when you are quite literally terrified of your student, really. Must be very scary dealing with people in situations like these because, I mean, as we see later, he is genuinely not safe. Yeah, there we go. Fucking psychopath. It's so awful, this. It really is. It is the most unpleasant. It doesn't surprise me that Takuji isn't able to... Sorry, nobody is able to do anything to Takuji when he is spouting his words of wisdom, if you like. His teachings... Yeah, somebody really needs to help him and just get some sort of first aid if it's possible. Or emergency services even. He could possibly die from this. Oh god.
どうしたのですか？
I just find it hilarious to think about the fact that if Takuji wasn't saying this in the context that he is, maybe you would think that, oh, I don't know, maybe he's genuinely concerned, or maybe there's something actually to be gained from talking to him. And then you look at his eyes, and then you just realise how much the meaning of something said in this tone changes. This guy's hilarious. I mean, how the fuck do you not see something like this? Yeah, totally.
先生、助けなきゃ。
お前はそのままでいろ。
Why should she listen to you? Really? I wonder who. How the fuck has she faced people this terrifying? What? I don't understand that. Or maybe is that just because... Oh, wait, no, actually, yeah, that's gotta be a Kendo reference, and just the fact that she's probably faced opponents that are more scary than her. But then again, I mean, if that is the case, she's faced all of the opponents within her comfort zone, and with something that she's really used to doing. I'd assume that maybe because of the fact that this has no relation to Kendo and it's something completely unrelated, maybe that's why it's a bit more scary, and obviously because it's Takuji as well. Yeah.
Mamiya, てめえ!
Yeah, God, I wonder what he's going to do.
おや、水上君、どうしたの？
どうしたじゃないだろうが。
Seriously, he is so oblivious.
おやおや、どうやら君もここに転がる
It's not though.
変わらないよ
Well, maybe it could be, but
君の心は恐怖で濁っている。
ああ、てめえ。
は、どうした？僕を殴るのかい？小沢や、今まで僕をいじめてきた人間がしたように、僕を殴るのかい？
I find it very interesting to think about the fact that whenever Takuji talks to Yukito in situations like these, he doesn't necessarily continue with his preachings, but he rather talks about things that are more personal. We firstly got Ozawa and obviously all of the other people who have bullied him, and obviously his scars from that. We also saw in the beginning just maybe a comment on how he personally feels that Yukito is being, well, I don't know, dragged down into idiocy by Kotomi, and why Takuji feels as if Kotomi should separate from him. Yeah, God, it's awful. Yeah.
この学校に入学して早々、小沢を殴り、この学園で一目置かれた。
バカか。あんなもんで一目置かれるかよ。単にみんな引いただけだ。
そうなの。だったらなぜ君が一人でも誰も陰口を。
And this as well. Yeah, this as well. That really adds to my point.
なぜ僕が一人だと皆が僕の陰口を叩くんだい。
知らねえよ、そんなことは。
Oh, yeah. Make it so that Yukito doesn't do something that he will regret in hindsight.
ダメだよ。今度障害を起こしたら。
God damn, they really do take this seriously. Yeah, that's really good, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't blame her.
小さき人間は小さき範囲で序列を作りたがるものだ。君と僕は変わらない存在なのに、君はこのクラスで王となり、僕は奴隷となった。
おお、お前何見てるんだ。
Yeah, I know, it seems so ridiculous. It does kind of make sense where he's coming from, but at the same time, I mean, isn't it interesting to think about the fact that his view of respect is just gained on how people fear him? Everything's to do with fear, it really is. He feels respect is gained from fear.
俺は単にクラスから浮いているだけだろ。
Yeah.
クラスの連中は君を怖がっているよ。あの
Yeah.
凶悪な小沢を気絶するまで殴った人間だからね。
違う。気絶させるまで殴ってなんか。
He did do that though. Oh god. Yeah, that's totally reasonable, yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, this is the worst thing about Yukito. I mean, he could potentially be prone to violence, and they don't want to do anything that could possibly provoke him, because, I mean, people like Yukito, they are, I'm sure he wouldn't be as prone to violence as he was before, but at the same time, I mean, I can see why people would be scared. Yeah.
ほら、よくよくみんなの反応を見てごらんよ。
It's not fear, it's just the fact that they don't necessarily want to provoke him. But, no, I mean, why are they not wanting to provoke Yukito? And then you could say fear, sure, you could. Yeah.
関わりたくないだけで。
That's fair.
けど、今はその王よりも僕を皆が畏怖している。
Well, yeah, because you're fucking insane. Of course they do.
王じゃねえよ。俺は単に。
Yeah. Oh god, that's interesting. Yeah, that does make quite a lot of sense, actually. Got to think that they were friends at one point, it really is quite something. Oh god, here we go.
聞くがよい。恐怖におののく者どもよ。 世界は20日で終わる。これは紛れもない真実だ。小沢の死も高島の死も全てそのためである。
It's so disgusting. How can you fucking say that? I mean, okay, Ozawa literally died because of the fact that he was... I can't assume that the same events in Tsubahibi happen here, so I would have said that, obviously, Ozawa... Oh yes, Ozawa smoking weed from a rooftop is dying to convey the undeniable truth of the world ending on the July the 20th. Yeah. This is just awful. I mean, how could you fucking say this? It's so... I mean... Yeah. I suppose the worst thing about this is it's not necessarily wrong. But she didn't die for a delusion. She died for truth. And she died for a world that has better cause. Dying so that her powers can return. Jesus Christ.
私は生まれ変わった。何に
I wish you weren't.
救世主に。そう。救世主に私は生まれ変わったのだ。世界はあと5日で終わる。しかし、それは兆しに過ぎない。世界が生まれ変わるための。救われない者は古い世界と共に永久に地獄の豪華に焼かれるのだ。
find it really interesting that this music, it just totally gives you an occult-like feeling. It gives you a very bad atmosphere as well. It really does. But I mean, of course, that's good. We need a bad vibe for something like this.
未来永劫に続く苦しみだ。皆知っているだろう。世界が嘘で満ちているのを。愚者は平等という。しかし皆知っている。世界が平等でないことを。いや、他ならぬ。お前たちがこんな小さな空間で人間に優劣をつけていた。愚者は自由という。しかし皆知っている。世界に自由がないことを。だからお前らはくだらない学校の勉強を強要されている。なぜならば無責任な自由の教授とは社会においては転落を意味するからだ。愚者は愛という。しかし皆知っている。愛が人を裏切ることを。いつでも三次元は我々を裏切ってきた。愚者は人を殺すなという。しかし皆知っている。数えきれないほど多くを殺した者が英雄として歴史に刻まれること。愚者は嘘をつくなという。しかし皆知っている。愚者こそが嘘つきであることを。嘘つきであるからこそ愚者であることを。
I find it very interesting that he's always saying you will know, and this is something that you will know, but you've been, well, I suppose, led by the way of society and the way society has, well, no, yeah. I suppose society has brainwashed you and it has made it so that your worldview restricts anything that, or anything you could possibly question, because society brings you up not to question stuff like that. So obviously Takuji's saying, you already know this, I'm just reminding it of you. I mean, these people, sure, they may already know something like this, but they could only know it if they are reminded that they do. They don't actually know it yet, but at the same time Takuji's making it seem like they do. I mean, you know the reason, it's just you don't really know how you could think of the world like he does, really, and now you do. Yeah.
愚者の嘘を鵜呑みにした者はバカを見る。平等など信じ、自らの地位からはみ出した行為をすれば、社会は平気で我々を切り捨てる。自由は素晴らしいという者がいるが、自由ほどうさんくさいものはない。それを叫ぶ輩にまともな者がいるだろうか。
You cannot say the words sound mind in a sentence.
愛が素晴らしいという。だが、成就しない愛は一方的なものとみなされ、その言葉を告白した者はまるで汚物を見るかのような視線にさらされる。 また相思相愛ですら多くの者が長く連れ添うこともなく破局する。
Yeah, fair enough.
マスメディアで祝福された結婚がどれほど長く続くか、くだらないゴシップが好きなお前らならばよく知るところだろう。
That's hilarious.
街は人で溢れている。そしてそれは国境を越えてあまねく大地にまで溢れ出ているではないか。不思議だと思わないのか。大地を埋め尽くすように生えてくる民族の束。
Yeah, yeah. There are.
誰一人この
How the fuck are you going to use this to justify murder, though?
把握できないほどだ。それぞれがうようよと動き、愚鈍な人生で一生を終える。確実に無意味で愚鈍で生きる価値もない、そんな生を受け入れている。街を見よう。今も無数の無意味な生き物どもがうごめいている。仕事やら勉強やらその本質を考えるなど追随することなく、ただ与えられたことを繰り返し続ける。そんなせいに価値があるのか。なぜそんな人間を殺してはならないのか。
You're unbelievable.
いや、正しくは人は殺してはいけないわけではない。人は殺してもよいのだ。この国においては死刑がある。国がその名において人を殺すのだ。そして戦争がある。戦争とは
Yeah,
殺
totally.
した分だけ名誉となる日常だ。我々が信じる世界の常識とあべこべではないか。
It does actually, totally.
なぜ我々の日常では殺人が許されないか。簡単なことだ。単に国が戸籍という名の番号で管理しているからに過ぎない。国家は国家の名において家畜である国民を管理する。殺人とはその管理を乱す行為でしかない。また戦争とは国家において戸籍を消費して敵を打ち破ることに過ぎない。世界でただ雑多にうごめく人間にそもそも価値などない。そのことを国家が一番よく知っているのだ。だから支配者は自分の都合で戸籍の名前を消費して戦争を始める。これが真実だ。
Ah, yes, this is the truth. I think it's really hilarious that he is trying his hardest to convince everybody and then he's just constantly emphasizing that it's the truth. I mean, a lot of the time I would have thought that, well, then again, I mean, people would never really just get an indication of how important it is to him that they realise that something like this is truth. To be fair, some of what he is saying is actually logically true, and I mean, I can even, in weird way, see why he's saying something like this. But yeah, interesting.
逆に我々が信じる日常的常識とは何か。汝、殺すなかれ。汝、姦淫するなかれ。汝、盗むなかれ。汝、その隣人に対して偽りの証を立つるなかれ。汝、その隣人の家を貪るなかれ。また、汝の隣人の妻を寝取るな。これら一切の道徳的なもの、そして法律的なもの、それらは嘘なのだ。すべては嘘であったのだ。日常とは嘘で塗り固められた虚構にしか過ぎない。そのような虚構はもろく簡単に崩れ去るだろう。
Yeah, and I can actually kind of see this. I mean, look at, for example, how Takuji totally introduces, well, I suppose his plague of emotions, if you like. When Yukito was talking about the contagiousness of emotions, I mean, my god, here's a good example. But yeah, a world that is a product of the world that is founded on lies that Takuji feels. Well, a product on the world that Takuji feels is completely made up of lies, i.e. school, is going to completely fall apart at his influence. But, yeah.
今まさにその時が来ようとしている。
Yep.
世界がこれからずっと今までのようにあるか。なぜそんな簡単な嘘に惑わされるのだ。今まであったものが同じようにこれからもあり続けることなどありえようか。疑惑を持て。そしてその疑惑の目から真実を見つめろ。しからばわかるであろう。我々が前に踏み出そうとするその先はすでに奈落なのだ。この終わりなき苦痛たる日常は終わる。世界は終わる。確実に終わる。これが真実なのだ。そのことだけをお前たちに告げに私はここに来たのだ。
Well, there's no saving anything now.
羊の群れよ、狼の群れからその身を逃してやろう。羊飼いは安住の地にお前たちを導くであろう。
Yep, and funny that when he realizes that other people are seeing what he does, he totally dips. Yeah, funny that. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is true. Yeah.
だとしてもだから拓司君の言うのも所詮機嫌だよ。
I think it's 50-50. There's, well, not 50-50. There's a lot more sophistry than truth, but there is just a small element of things that I would genuinely say could be, or I suppose if you're viewing it from a completely neutral standpoint, and obviously you're not biased to the fact that somebody awful is saying it, it could be reasonable to think. Yeah, I don't blame her. Who wouldn't? Wonder who she's going to bump into. Ah, right. Oh my god, so I really wonder how Yasuko's going to change. That's going to be unusual. Anyway, that was really quite fun today, just seeing more on the overall perspectives of what's going on and seeing some more action with Kotomi and Yasuko and just in general her club. I think today was quite valuable for just seeing more of the relationships she has with people in her club, and also Kimika as well. We didn't really know much about Kimika before today. That's quite cool. I really do wonder what's going to happen now, because I suppose we've totally reached the turning point, and it's going to be really quite exciting just to see how Yasuko changes, and obviously just what happens with her. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and see you next time.